Hello, I'm Jeff Tennant, and trading is closed on August 27th, 2015. My last call said if we were to have a gap over yesterday's prices, that would confirm that this consolidation of Monday through Wednesday was a false move, a mistake by the market, and didn't really count, and that the signal I got on Friday to go long remained active. We have targets for tomorrow: 1989.45 optional, 1989.61. We've already traded over there in the futures market. It's really pretty close to where we closed. So what I would like to do is to go over how the MEJT system performed today and then give a long-term prediction. Make an intermediate term prediction. My long-term prediction is we're going to have a big drop. Well, during the day, MEJT said ultimately higher prices would print, which they did. So that worked. In the afternoon, it said ultimately lower prices would print, even though the market was rallying like crazy, and that worked. It also said the drop was a false move and that we would hit the prices I mentioned earlier, 1989 plus. Let's get rid of this. When you think about it, these are kind of strange predictions, but they're not too strange if you know the rules of the system. When you're rallying like this, most people aren't going to expect a huge drop, and they certainly aren't going to expect the drop to be reversed as quickly as it was. I'd just like to point out that wide swings are very typical of markets which are topping. So it's compatible with my long-term forecast that we've made a major top that should last years. Well, let's go for the intermediate term prediction. This is a half-a-day chart. I showed this chart and a number of other ones at this week's lows. It was a 9, 13, 9 sequential buy signal. It stopped right at a major support level. Half-day signals tend to be powerful. The longer the time frame of the bars, the more significant the signal and the bigger the move. And this one probably isn't going to be over immediately. We have reasons to believe that at the very least we should have a challenge to these TDST lines, which are at 2050, about 2100, and about 2128. We don't have to hit all of them, but it gives you an idea of what kind of recovery to anticipate. Here's what happened today. We had combo and sequential sell signals right at the high. We then dropped to this line. That line is a TDST line from a few days ago. So it shows how TDST lines are support levels. So it didn't just stop at some place out of the blue. It stopped at a very logical place. Now, what was the purpose, technically speaking, of that drop? Why did the market pull a fast one on us? Well, here's the 65-minute chart. We had 11 bars of a combo, a buy, 11 bars of a sequential. The blue shows the sequential. We had bar 12 for keeps. Bar 13 doesn't have to obey all the rules. It doesn't have to go under number 8, although that's the standard rule. There's an alternate rule which says it doesn't have to. So according to this interpretation, we have another buy signal. We also have bars 12 and 13 of the combo buy signal on the 65-minute chart. They don't have to obey all the rules, specifically the rules that they have lower closes than that of bar number 11. So in spite of this huge rally we've had over the last 2 days, we have another buy signal on the 65-minute chart. So I think we're going up, and the question is how high? Well, here's a half a diamond. You put a Fibonacci grid here, set it at 38.2%. You have my target for the upside of this move of 2,073.99 cash. That would be a wave 2, which would correct most but not all of wave 1 down. It would contact these lower lows and would set the stage for a huge collapse, because this low at 1867.08 should fall, and because this low was a retest of this low, I don't think we'll find support under it. So after we hit 2073.99, supposing that we do, we should drop at least 10% pretty quickly, very quickly, and probably a lot more than that, and that's my prediction.